Hey YouTube, this is Chuck Generals and I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm going to do a little test today on some material. If you watched my last video, we did some dry washing in the desert and we picked up some really good color down there. And one of my YouTube subscribers talked to me, or commented to me rather, on YouTube, that sometimes when you're working off that caliche like that and the material's damp and you get the little mud clods that they don't 100% break up, that it's a good idea to try to run them through a wet wash of some sort of sluice, a cleanup sluice, or as what you're looking at here is my mini wash plant. So we're going to try that this morning. The guy who commented that to me is channel is called Utah Avalanche, and I'll put a link in the description below for him. He has a great channel. He builds a bunch of really interesting equipment. It's not the aluminum stuff. He makes most of the stuff out of wood, but it's really good quality stuff, and just a really good guy, knows a lot. So I'll get set up here and we're going to run this as a recirculator. It's a little overkill for the wash plant to do this. It's the only good sluice other than my La Trappe that I have available right now. But if you look here, I want to get right in my own light here. I've used this a few times, and this is the oh, now I can't see. This is the silicone mat that I built for this. And it's the fine mat here, it's a V mat, and it's a real heavy V mat up in this upper end here. As you can see, the V is just really deep here. It's deep and cut back. It's really good. And on the top, what we've got, if you look here, there's 6 spray bars, or spray nozzles here. These two, and these two, and these two, obviously. And what you do is you load material up here in this upper end, and this spray bar here has the spray nozzles on the bottom, but it also has 2 holes here, so when you throw your material, water comes up here, hits your material, and the material washes down better. I was having a problem with that when I first built this, but so anyhow, your material runs down here, goes, if you have rocks, a lot of big gravel or something, goes through the punch plate here, and you can see these angles here that I have on both sides. These direct your water away from the edge, so you're not running your water down this edge. As you can see, it's solid under there. So if these weren't here, the water has a tendency to run down the full length and come off the end. And we try to catch this. This is kind of more of a desert machine than a, well, I guess you could use it anywhere you don't have water. This is a great machine, but you don't want to lose water off the end of your area here. So we have a tub we put here to catch water, anything that we do lose off of this end, and we do the same down on this end. We have a tub that we catch also, and that's how we recirculate, is the tub off this end. And I'll set that up and show you all that, but just thought I'd give you a heads up first, and then I'll show you the material. Okay guys, this is the basic setup. Here's my negative and positive wires going to and from the battery. It comes over here to just a regular household switch. And it's in the off position now. You can see the plus wires on one terminal. And it goes over here, gets in this tub, and this right here is a 3,500 gallon per hour pump. And this is 1.5 inch hose coming up out of here. Comes over up to the wash plant, and this is the adapter that I made here. It goes from 1.5 inch down to 3/4. And the reason I do that, this piece here threads into this one, and these I could put all kind of different adapters on here. I can put any kind of fitting or size. I can put a garden hose on it. I can do just about anything. So that's that set up. So when you load material up here, the water washes it down, goes through the spray bar area, comes down to the punch plate, goes down in below to this wash plant where all the silicone mats are, comes out of there, and I don't have my bucket in there yet, but that will come off the end here, and let me show you. This right here, your water and your materials coming off here, and these angle the water into a bucket here that overflows in the tub, goes into this 3-inch ABS pipe setup that is what recirculates the water from this tub over into this tub. So it doesn't take near as much water. This is a 17-gallon, that's a 27-gallon, and that'll run that pump very easily all day if you want to, until it gets too bad. And that's the purpose of the bucket here. You catch all the material in that bucket down here in the bottom as it comes off of here. It's caught in this bucket. Then you just take that bucket and empty it once in a while, and then you're done. So that's how it's going to work, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. Guys, this is what it looks like with water in it. This is the 27-gallon. It's probably got 25 in it. This is the 17, and it's probably got 15 in it. And there's my bucket to catch the tailings coming off, and I had to put a rock in it so it wouldn't float. So that's this end. Everything's ready to go here. I've run a little bit of water through it just to make sure everything's kosher. This is the material we're going to run. And if you look real close here, there's a lot of little clods in here that when they got wet, they became, that's caliche and clay and the dirt, they're just like rocks. They won't dissolve. So we're going to put it through this machine and see if we can't fix that. So over here, this is what I was saying on the end, when the rocks and whatnot come off of this end here. Now we'll catch it in this tub. I got this big tub here, so that way we don't lose any water. The sluice section of this itself set at exactly 5 degrees. The chute up here is at 20. The punch plate's at 10. So this thing's almost ready to run. All we've got to do now is get our cross tube here at 3-inch. That's in the 17-gallon and in the 27-gallon. We've got to get it full of water, and I'd like to show you how we do that. Let me try to do that. Let me see if I can get this on a tripod and show you. Okay, what I'm going to attempt to show you is how we fill that pipe with water and get it into both tubs. Sometimes it's a little tricky, and it may take just a little bit, and it may take 3 or 4 cuts to get it done. So give me a second. So what has to happen here is this has to be full of water, totally full. So what we do is we put it in here, get all the air out of it, and all the air has to be out of it. Then you take it up, keep it really level, put it in, put it down, and sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't, but that should pull water out of the 17 and put it into the 27, theoretically. It usually does, and it usually takes 2 or 3 times to get it there, but once it's there, and then you can just keep running the rest of the day. Okay, I'll be back. Got the battery hooked to the speed controller over here. Got the speed controller hooked to the pump over there, and we got water flow. I've got it slowed down a little bit because I want to kind of watch this for a while. It's slow enough that I'm not even getting the spray up out of the top here, as you can see, which hopefully I don't need that because I can scoop right into this bottom. So I'll be back here in a minute. Okay guys, because the battery is so low, what I've done now is I took the speed control out of the loop over there, and I'm running straight off the battery. Everything seems to be going good. I got water running off here, I'm dropping a little bit in that other tub. I want to watch this and make sure that I am recirculating. So let's run some material and see what happens. We don't want to run this fast because we want to break up this clay. So, and what I can do here is just stir this around a little bit. I still don't have maximum. This battery is a little old, and I've been charging for about a half a day. But, you know, it's not running good. So. But the rest of this is, you can see the material here in the sluice. I'm not seeing anything that resembles gold anywhere. At least not yet. There could be a couple. There might be one right there, and there might be one right there. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see in a bit. Okay, so I'm going to just keep running here for a little bit. See how this runs. You should be able to see. I think you'll be able to see this up here. So a scoop at a time. And then wash this down really quick. See what you're seeing there. Look at this. Yeah, you can see pretty much. Put this down just a little teeny. So you can see coming out of the sluice there. Maybe into that bucket right there. Let's try that. I have to give you a better sign of what's happening here and what's coming out of the sluice and how it's getting to the bucket. This is this big detector scoop full of material. Move you here real quick. Oops. My rough camera. So here you can see how it's cleaning out here. That noise you heard was because of these here and here. You'll notice I have very little water coming down here. Just a little teeny bit. And most of that's going to come because of this. Get a few rock buildups here once in a while and you just rake them out of the way. But everything's going good, even as low as the battery is. And even down here, we're looking good. Don't have a lot of buildup. I could use just a little bit more speed, I think. So let's take a scoop and follow it all the way. What I'm doing now is just dumping it under these spray nozzles. About that quick, and it's almost gone. So, and what I'm getting here is there's no caliche here. It's all rock, and that's okay. I don't mind the rock. It's the caliche I'm worried about having gold in it and me not catching it. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I just wanted to show you, this is running great. I mean, it's running really, really good. And you can see now on this end, with these two tabs here, that it's pushing that water right directly into the bucket and the tailings. Now I've got some debris on top, but the pump is over here. And I have not added any water to this. You can't see the pump now because it's pulling the dirty water out of the other tub. But it's working fine. I mean, because all the material that's crap is on the top. So it's running good. This pipe is transferring like it's supposed to. And the machine's running good. It's starting to clear out a little bit now. I'll put another scoop in. I'm running about a third of this 3-gallon bucket. So I'll run the rest and be back. Alright guys, the thing about this material is it's already run through a dry washer. Now dry washers aren't real efficient. They're only about 85-90% efficient, so they can lose quite a bit of gold. And when you're in a good gold spot like we were when we got this material and ran it through our dry washer, now this is off the small end of the dry washer, it's not the rocks coming off the back, it's coming off the actually kind of the sluice end of it. It's all been run. So if we get gold out of here, it's telling us that those clods need to have some of the kind of machine running them, and maybe this is the thing. So it's a theory, and we're going to test it and see what we do. Alright guys, we got about 2 or 3 more scoops here, I think. That'll be good. And it's for this end. This is all the water I've caught in back here. There's not enough to hardly worry about. This is all working just perfect up in here cleaning. I just added some stuff, they're called magic drops. It's like jet dry, and it makes all the sediment settle out. You can see it's doing that here. That's what all the suds is here. And it should be coming over here also. So let's get a scoop in here while I'm just blabbing to you. That was a left-handed scoop. That's pretty good for me. So you can see that working in there. This machine is run really, really good. You know, it's not fast like a dredge, but it moves a lot of material. And when the pump's going good, or if I'm running a gas-powered pump, you can just shovel up into this upper end and just keep running. I mean, it's just like high bank. Okay, we'll do that. Anytime you recirculate, you have little problems. Now, what I've done here, I just scraped the gravel off and put it in the bucket over there, but this water over here, the one nozzle, I bumped it and turned it, pumped it with the scoop, so I got the scoop under it now, redirecting that water so it's not flying everywhere. So you can see everything's just running great. I'm just letting this clear out a little bit on the sluice. And see, the water's running about half clear. It just looks pretty good. That's not bad at all. Okay, the next thing is to clean up. Okay, so the water's off. I just scraped all the rocks off the punch plate. And that's them there. No giant nuggets in there or anything, but, you know. I'm just looking for little stuff here. So, now this is the silicon mats. Sorry about me not talking right here. I'm looking for gold as I go here. And this low end, it's this real fine mat, and up there it's the thick mat, and that's why there's so much buildup up there. So what we'll do, I'll pull this mat out, put clean water in our bucket here after I dump the rocks, and we'll go ahead and pan that out. Okay, I'm going to pull this mat. This is a 10 wide mat. That's probably, I think it's 2 years old. Now what holds it in is this one tab here, and up at the upper end there's another tab that goes all the way across the mat. So I'm just going to roll this up. Try not to lose anything. Now underneath this you can see the mud, and we will clean that up also later. So, and this is as easy as it is to clean up. She is. Pretty good, huh? And just real quick hit the back. Well, these things dry out right there. And you don't have to baby these silicone mats either. I mean, they're amazing how strong they are. So the next thing I want to do is try to get that mud out of there, but before that I'm going to have to pull this bucket. But this is our cons. This is just a bunch of nasty mud. I'm going to try to get out of here without making too big a mess, because this is about half full. That's another 3 gallons. So I'll get him out. And now I've got to get that stuff in here. I Okay, I need a little bit of something here. Let me see. I need to get my other piece here. So rather than try to get something going here, I'm just going to leave that. That's the bucket with the cons right here. And we'll just spray a little water up in the sluice area and let it run down into this bucket. And hopefully I get most of it in the bucket. Man. Okay, now onward to panning. I know you like to watch people pan, so that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, I got my flower pot set up, and very little cons in this, and I didn't expect there to be a lot. So all I'm going to do is number 8 screen in a pan, and we'll just run this whole batch. Because this is a test. And it'll let us know if that caliche, those caliche clods that we were working, is containing gold. So, let's see what we got. Nothing 8th, so we got 8th minus in here. It's really hard underneath. A lot of black sand. Look at the black sand in this pan. I can't see you because I didn't flip my viewfinder around to see what you're seeing. I'm thinking there's gold in here. Matter of fact, I just saw a piece. Okay, what I'm going to do is just flip this around so I can see. Okay, let's see what we got here now. You should be able to see that right about there, I believe. And lots of black sand. Just like we were getting in that spot, there was a lot of black sand. I'm going to go fairly fast here so this isn't too... A bunch of pieces here, little pieces. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. And I will go through this again because I went through kind of quick. So there is gold here. There wasn't a lot in this, but that was not even quite a full 3-gallon bucket. And so we missed that. And some of this other that went down here, there's another one right there. Another one right beside it, right there. So I didn't see a lot, but there is gold there. So Utah Avalanche, you are correct. There's those little clods in the material, and you can't break them up because they won't even break up on the grizzly screen or nothing. They just will not break up. So when they're there, if you don't run them wet, you're losing gold. More so than a dry washer actually loses anyhow. While I was doing the edit, I noticed that you couldn't see the little gold pieces in my pan. I was just out of frame a little bit. So what I've done now, I put this back in the pan, and I put this little rock right there. And there, a friend of mine, Green Mountain Gold Trap, showed me this, that it helps the camera focus. So I put this little rock in, and you can see right at the corner of that rock there, there's a little piece, and one right there, and up here, and some more there. There's a couple little ones up there. There's about 3 little. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's gold that would have been lost if we didn't do what we did. So anyhow, thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, give a good comment. May the bottom of your pan be gold forever. Thanks for watching.